You sit on your bed with a credit card statement. Your throat feels dry. You tap minimum payment on a blank phone rectangle. Your shoulders drop. The balance barely moves. You exhale like you survived. Here's the catch. Interest keeps running while you celebrate. You set the phone beside cold takeout on a kitchen counter. Your appetite fades. Many U.S. cards show APRs around 18 to 29% publicly reported. Your eyes lock. You picture a $5,000 balance. Your jaw tightens. What you missed is, minimum due is often 1 to 3% or $25 as a common fee structure. You pay $100 and expect progress. Your eyebrows lift. The next statement arrives and the balance looks stubborn. Your smile dies. This is the part they don't show you. Many issuers calculate interest daily in common structures. You stare at a calendar on the fridge. Rent week is circled. You swipe the card for groceries. You feel normal for 1 minute. The calendar does not care. The due date still hits on time. You open your banking app in a parked car. Your pulse ticks. Your available cash looks fine. Your brain relaxes. Now watch what happens. Pending charges stack behind the calm number. You walk into work and sip coffee. Your mind avoids the statement. A coworker jokes about points and travel. You nod like it is free. And that's where it breaks. Rewards rarely beat interest when you carry a balance. You open the statement terms on a laptop. The tiny print feels hostile. Many cards describe a grace period only when you pay the full statement balance, publicly stated. The fine print is, paying minimum often means new purchases accrue interest in many setups. You buy a small online item, you feel clever and efficient. It looks small until that purchase joins the interest treadmill. You look at the APR line again, your mouth goes flat. A 24% APR example is typical for many cards publicly reported. Your stomach drops. That's the real cost. 24% APR is about 2% monthly as an estimate. You do the math on a napkin, the pen shakes. The bill shows up when $5,000 times 2% is about $100 interest per month estimate. You realize your $100 payment can mostly feed interest. You go quiet. You try paying $150. You want to feel in control. Here's the catch. Minimum formulas can drop as the balance drops, so payoff slows. You open a payoff calculator. The timeline stretches into years. You laugh once and stop. Your eyes stay on the screen. What you missed is, issuers typically apply your minimum first, then extra by policy rules. Many issuers disclose extra payments go to highest APR balances first. Publicly described, though, it varies. The trap is timing. You pay after the statement closes and still eat a full cycle. You set a reminder and still miss it. Your day got loud. This is the part they don't show you. Late fees often run about $25 to $40, publicly reported typical ranges. You picture a $35 late fee estimate, your chest tightens. You picture a penalty APR line, your hands feel cold. The fine print is, penalty APR can be higher after serious delinquency as disclosed by issuers. You stare at your phone at midnight, you feel small. Now watch what happens. One late month can make the next months harder. You walk into a bank branch, your pride tries to stand tall. You ask about lowering a PR, your voice is quiet. The banker shrugs, you feel judged. And that's where it breaks. Help exists, but you often must ask before you miss. You step outside the branch, the air feels sharp. You sit at a laundromat, the machines spin like a clock. Your phone buzzes a due date reminder, you look away. Here's the catch. Minimum payment is designed to keep you current, not to get you free. You pay the minimum again, you feel relief for 8 seconds. Then you remember the balance, your stomach sinks. You see the floor amount idea, it feels like a trapdoor. It looks small until the floor keeps you paying even when you are broke. You sit at a kitchen table with receipts, your fingers sort them. The bill shows up when the statement date closes and interest posts after. You think you paid already, your face tightens. You check the statement cycle dates, your eyes narrow. Now watch what happens. Paying early can reduce average daily balance and daily interest setups estimate. You schedule 2 payments per month, you feel smarter. You pick payday and mid-pay period, your calendar looks cleaner. And that's the real cost. Timing can shave interest by lowering average balance estimate. You call to change your due date, your voice steadies. Many issuers allow due date changes within limits publicly described. You listen. The calendar does not care, but you can move the calendar. You line the due date up with payday. You breathe easier. You open your budget sheet. Your jaw sets. You list every card and APR. The page looks like a crime scene. Here's the catch. Spreading extra across cards feels nice but costs more interest often. You circle the highest APR. Your pen presses hard. You decide avalanche. Your posture straightens. What you missed is avalanche targets highest APR first and usually saves more interest than snowball. You delete 2 subscriptions. Your chest feels lighter. You redirect $20 to the card. You feel silly and proud. It looks small until small extras hit principal once you cover interest. This is why you feel it. Momentum shows up when interest drops. You pay $250 instead of $100. Your heart pounds. You wait for the next statement. You feel tense. Now watch what happens. The interest line shrinks and your hope returns. You see principal finally move. Your shoulders unclench. The trap is timing. If you keep charging, you rebuild the balance. You stop using the card for wants. Your cravings complain. You put the card in a drawer. You feel exposed. The fine print is, self-control fails, so you need friction and rules. You walk past a store window. You keep walking. That's the real cost. Comfort purchases become expensive when interest is the landlord. You consider a balance transfer offer. Your brain lights up. Many balance transfers charge a 3 to 5% fee as a common fee structure publicly reported. You compute $150 to $250 on $5,000. Your eyebrows rise. Here's the catch. A transfer can help if you stop spending and pay within the promo window. You mark a payoff date on your calendar. Your hand steadies. You set autopay for minimum. You protect against late fees. The bill shows up when the promo ends and the remaining balance can jump to go to APR. You build a weekly check-in. You keep it simple. The calendar does not care, so you make it care with reminders. You tell a friend no to brunch. You feel awkward and free. You open your credit score app. The number looks fine. You feel tempted to relax. Your eyebrows soften. Here's the catch. A good score can exist with bad cash flow and heavy interest. You check utilization. It is still high. Many scoring models consider utilization publicly discussed. You focus on lowering it. What you missed is score improves as a side effect when balances fall. You see a cash advance option. Your finger hesitates. Cash advances often have a fee around 3 to 5% or a minimum dollar fee. Common fee structures publicly reported. It looks small until cash advance interest often starts immediately with no grace period as commonly disclosed. You close the app. You feel proud. Now watch what happens. You avoid one bad move and keep the plan alive. You sit with your partner at the kitchen island. Your cheeks heat. They point at total interest paid. Your stomach drops. The trap is timing. Interest hides because it is spread thin across months. You open last year's statements. Your eyes widen. That's the real cost. The minimum lets you rent money for years. You set a fixed payoff payment. Your face hardens. You choose a number you can repeat. Your plan becomes boring. Here's the catch. Boring is what wins because motivation is seasonal. You automate the extra payment. You stop negotiating with yourself. You get a small raise. Your brain wants upgrades. You pause at checkout. Your eyebrows pinch. The fine print is, lifestyle creep can steal the money that should kill the balance. You send the raise money to debt. You feel intense. It looks small until one extra $100 monthly can cut payoff time materially estimate. You watch the balance drop month to month. Your breathing slows. Now watch what happens. Interest shrinks and the same payment bites harder. You see your utilization fall. Your confidence rises. You stop checking the minimum button. You aim higher. And that's where it breaks. The debt loses when you outpace the interest clock. You walk outside in the morning. You do not open the card app. You pass a cafe. You keep walking. The bill shows up when you stop renting money and start owning your paycheck again. You look at the statement pile. It is thinner. Here's the catch. One slip can restart the treadmill, so you keep the rules. You keep one card for essentials. You cut the rest. You keep autopay on. You protect your future self. The calendar does not care, but your system does. You make the final payment. Your hands shake. Now watch what happens. The balance hits zero and the room feels quiet. You keep the card open. You use it like a tool, not a crutch. You pay the full statement balance. You reclaim the grace period. The fine print is, the best interest rate is 0 when you pay in full. You set a weekly money check. You keep it short. It looks small until consistency becomes your new normal. You walk past a store window again. You do not flinch. That's the real cost. The minimum was never mercy, it was rent. You close the app, you open your life. Here's the catch. The exit is simple but not easy, so you repeat it. You breathe in the morning light, you feel ordinary and free.